Oh, hello. A slightly late end of June update, which has actually been shot on the 2nd of July due to ongoing problems with my foot over the last month. I found it very difficult to get up here and do much in the way of working on the plot, so things are a little unkept at the moment, but that's fine. It's good to get an honest appraisal and not everything just looking at its best all the time. Anyway, let's get started. At the front of the plot, I have to pull all the way out here because my sunnies are now so big that they are, some of them are well over 2 meters at this point. Fantastic. They look really nice. We've got the bulbs are starting to flower at the bottom there, which one of the ones they are. It's good. Got some onions that I pulled out earlier in the week. And then in the polytunnel, go with the tomatoes and the cucumbers, which is great. The aubergine over there is starting to take off now. It's almost doubled in height this week, which is really good. Some of my chilies, like this one over here, which is a Fratelli yellow, having a good old growth spurt now. But they are quite behind. They're very, very small and quite behind. So what I've started to do, is the first time I've ever done it, is mix some Miracle Grow in with the water as I'm watering, because I think I definitely messed up. Next year I'll be putting out my water butts outside again, and I'll just do an ongoing irrigation with the tomato feed, and I think that will make this much better next year. Anyway, back to this year. The difference in the pots is still quite staggering. I've got a very long windy cucumber plant going up now, which is good. So I've started to see some cukes on it. This here is a Carolina Reaper, which is starting to have buds, but I don't think, oh yeah, here we go, starting to bud up now, which is good. This is a sweet pepper, so we've got some big chunky buds that are starting to pollinate. This is a death spiral, so that's doing really well. Come on, focus. So yeah, all good. In the polytunnel we've got tomatoes coming through, which is great. And we've got this indigo rose plant, which is really dark purple tomatoes. And over on this side, Alicante is doing really well over there, and we have some San Marzanas, which I grew last year, but they didn't come out very well. So I have higher hopes this year. The plants are looking healthier this year, and they have fruits on them, so that's good. Further out into the plot, and I'm here. I haven't actually done any weeding yet, so this week, so you'll see what it's like when I'm not putting much effort in. I've got a squash of some variety that's come through there, which I'm really happy about. I've started to eat through some of the lettuces now, so I kind of take a lettuce home a week, and I take it out with its roots, stick it in a pot at home, and keep it watered, and so I can have fresh leaves all week. That's good. Chilies doing marginally well. There's about the same out here, I guess. The watermelon there, and then I've also started to take beetroots. That's some monster beetroots, which is good. So gradually just working my way through these beetroots, and looks like in about another month I'll start get some little germ lettuces to go. And the courgettes starting to come up now. This bed, this is a disaster. I planted a load of dwarf French beans. All but 2 have been eaten. I planted some kohlrabi. I have maybe 5 there that have actually survived. Tomatillo's looking very sad. That's the other sweet pepper, very sad. Watermelon's looking very sad. Peas looking all right, and there's a ton of weeds. So once this video's done, I'll be coming back here to do this bed. My asparagus bed, I actually sowed a couple of months ago some new asparagus, and I've planted them out, and most of them have survived. There are some casualties on the side, and of course this bed needs weeding. Sweet corn, all of these sweet corns from the same packet, but of course, there's no guarantee they're from the same actual sweet corn plant, ear. So they're growing at different rates. But hopefully, over the next couple of weeks or so, this will get some height on it. What's up? Broad beans are finished, so these are going to come up in about an hour. maybe half an hour, and they'll head for the compost bin, and then I'll rake this over, and then no idea what I'm going to do. Over here, my potatoes, I've emptied one bucket. I think I might empty this one later today to take some more potatoes home. And then what I plan to do is to sow carrots and parsnips in these buckets and get some really nice big parsnips. The onions, so you can see lots of them have fallen over, so these are pretty much ready to come out of the ground now. I might give it another couple of days, just let them dry off a bit, assuming we have no more rain. And then I'll empty this bed, rake it over, and start thinking about what to do with the rest of the year. This bed, some more carrots are ready to come up, I think. That I think was a Brussels, but I'm just going to pull it. It's a waste of time. All my other brassicas are doing fine. These are all red cabbage, so they'll be good to go. This bed needs weeding, and then needs to do some weeding in the strawberry bed. I've eaten so many strawberries out of here, so most of the plants now in here have actually given all of the fruit they're going to give. But I have a mix of strawberry plants, some that fruit later in the year, and so you can see that now I am having some fresh harvest, which is good. Blueberry bed also needs weed. Basically the theme of today is I need to do some weeding, and I also need to do some strimming, because as you can see, I think this is horseradish that's been spread around when this bloody plot was all ground up and chewed up by the plough, so it's just popping up everywhere, so I need to give that all a good trim. And then over here in my gooseberry currant bed, I've been really enjoying taking these black currants as they ripen off here. They're lovely now, very, very tasty, really juicy, really very sweet now. And my red currants are also ripening, but they are very, very dry until they're fully ripened, so that's good. Over here, this is there's a load of purple sprouting broccoli, which obviously I've missed, so I'm probably going to take these flowers off. This one's off here now. This is just a mix of broccoli, so there's some weeding to do, because I can see some bindweed poking through over there. This very sad bed is just full of weeds, and my Brussels, so the cover's going to come off here in about half an hour, and then I'll be getting on my hands and knees like a good little scrubber and pulling all the weeds out of there. And I think that's about it. I was hoping to keep it short, but we're at 8 minutes because I just can't help but ramble. Considering I haven't put as much effort in this month, it's not too bad. I wish I brought my strimmer today, but I didn't, so that'll have to be a job for during the week. Polytunnel's doing all right. It is a bit of a pain having to water in here every couple of days, and it's really inefficient, so I'm absolutely going to be keeping my water butts, and once this season's over I'll seat them and get some more tubing and get this all set up so that next year it just irrigates, it just waters itself. So that's my ramble for another month. Thank you very much for watching, if you managed to make it this far, and hopefully I'll see you next month.